and blessings, y'all. Peace and blessings. Grand Rising. Hope your morning is going amazing. Yeah. I hope it's going amazing. How y'all doing? Check in. What do I discover with myself a lot, and with other people that I'm close to, is this self-fulfilling prophecy to overthink, overprocess, and worry about things that could honestly be coming into fruition. We tend to sometimes have that thought process of which one is it, the glass halfway full or halfway empty, right? And a lot of times we go back and forth on what that can be. I find a lot of times that we tend to look at the glass half empty instead of half full. And instead of filling that cup to capacity, we process things like, it's draining us. It's not pouring into us. It's not fulfilling us. And again, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy that we tend to overdiagnose in the worst ways. And I've always thought about the thought process of people, right? And even me myself. I think a lot of times we will think of the cup being half full, and then before you know it, there's just something in us, like that little small piece of self-esteem, or that piece of, oh, maybe I'm not enough, or that piece of, there's some lovely. There's some piece of, you're just trying to figure out your life, right? So in that process, you're now twisting that glass halfway full till it's halfway empty, and you're more thinking of, how do I get my reserves back so that I don't get to that empty space, instead of how do I fulfill and fill myself so that that glass becomes full. It's tough. I think a lot of it is just ego, confidence, our self-esteem, how we're treated, and how we allow people to treat us is another piece of that. I think I've talked amongst myself a few times about this, even on here, that how we relate to other people, especially in this dating world, because again, I find that this modern society doesn't date for longevity. I think of this new society dates for convenience, how it feels in the moment, and then after that, you find yourself continuously like a drug trying to find that fix again and again and again, instead of saying, okay, let me sit with myself. Let me figure out how and why I see and process things the way I do. What makes me respond the way I do? Why do I act that way? Is it a lack of something within inside of me? Is there something that I need to work on within myself? Is this a self-fulfilling prophecy where I continue to keep doing this over and over? Because I get a high off of it. And I think a lot of times this social media world makes us feel like we gotta compete, we gotta look a certain way, we gotta act a certain way, and the best thing, in my opinion, is to be yourself. Yeah, I might not be a little baddie out here with a mini skirt on trying to hype it up and get a man. Yeah, I might be completely dressed in my light makeup beat. I don't lie here. But the smile on my face, confident knowing that I am who I am. But then there's still that piece of social media kind of making it feel like we're not enough. And then when we are heartbroken, how do we process those things too? When we are in a great connection, how do we process those too? So I feel like when we're in great connection sometimes, and I speak for everybody, we do start to look at the glass half empty, because we're afraid that that glass may never be filled because of what society has shown us. And society has shown us time and time again that always looking for more from ourselves. Are we enough? Are we enough? Are we enough? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. You know, we look in the mirror and we see ourselves, and then we swipe through these internet pages and we see other things, and we're almost kind of in a place of looking at ourselves with the glass half full or half empty. I'm sorry, half empty. Like, damn, what is it I need to do to improve on myself? A lot of times, those improvements start with you. In relationships, we say, are we enough? And then we start to wonder, and we start to see these little memes and stuff. Like, damn, what if this person really thinks like that? And then you start creating these scenarios in your head that don't exist. And then again, you start looking at your half empty glass as being diminished because the communication is very dialectical sometimes because of what the societal norm made us feel like. Relationships aren't the norm. Situationships say, you make me feel good, I make you feel good, and we good. Instead of the traditional sense. And I am very traditional. Now somebody would look at me and say, oh, she the baddie that like to be out this club hanging out. Yeah, you might see me posted with my homies, you know what I'm saying? But be real with you. Be 100% transparent with you. Yes. Any of my friends that I hang out with will probably say the same thing too. Yeah, I hang out with my girlies respectfully and tastefully, right? But we, as a collective, which I already know, would rather do that with our man. We would rather go out in public, dress nice, beside our significant others, our men. Y'all see us out there and y'all think that, oh, yeah, you know, the societal norm is you out there trying to catch a man. You out here trying to do this, you trying to do that. Yeah, no. Like, yeah, we would like to meet someone who matches us, right? We would like to meet somebody that, yeah, I like to have a good time and go out and hang out, but I'm here with you. I ain't really out here trying to bag something. Better yet, get a free drink. You know what I'm saying? Like, a real woman don't need that. We'll take it. I mean, we don't need it. And a traditional one is not really searching for that when they're going out. The traditional one is really just in their body. Sometimes, even with me, like, I go out by my goddamn self. I don't need nobody to go out with me, and I will pay for my own drink. If someone offers, I mean, cool, but I'm not in the business of trying to connect with somebody unless it feels right. I'm not in this hookup culture. I'm not into it, and it's not cute. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we look at so much of the stuff again on social media, and we think about the traditional thing. Like me, I see myself in the next 5 years, hopefully. I think we all should have goals for ourselves, right? I see myself in the next 5 years kept. I do not want to be in no club with my homegirls all the time because that's the only option I have. I don't go out all the time anyway, but you know what I'm saying? When I do go out, it's just my homegirls because that's the only option I have. I want to be in a committed relationship with somebody who sees me for me, wants to be my best friend, chooses to spend that quality time with me, enjoys it, and in my energy and our energy is cohesive. We are happy and we're filling each other's cup to full. Right? There's no guessing on whether the cup is going empty because we're here. Right? We're here. And we're here to make magic. We're here as a collaborative, cohesive, and a collaborative, cohesive efforts. There's no second guessing where we are. And again, I think the societal norm is let's just dip in and out, figure us out how as we go. And I just think that's kind of foul and left up because structure is important, right? Structure is important. instructors and things like that. You get what you want. So why is it so hard to do that in relationships? Why is it that we are always playing this cat mouse goose game of, yeah, I don't know what I want. I don't think that I'm ready. I'm working on me. Well, are we all working on ourselves? Are we not all working on ourselves? But the goal is, are you working on yourself to better yourself? Are you working on yourself still doing the same bullshit? If you're working on yourself still doing the same bullshit, then stay single. But if you're working on yourself and you know you deserve happiness and all those things, and you're with someone who's in the same realm of thought as you, why not go for it and really produce fruit, right? Why not go for it and really say, damn, like, we could really build a solid foundation together because we're both doing the same thing. We want the same things. An unhealed person is not going to give you that result. An unhealed person is going to bring you a bunch of chaos. An unhealed person is going to continue to keep searching for those things that maybe you may have that they don't see because they don't see it for themselves for real. They just want what it looks like on paper, right? The right person might want to see it on paper, but has a goal in mind of, we really doing this, and I'm not giving up on you. Yes, we fall short. Yes, we go through shit, but I'm not giving up on you because I love us. I love what we are creating as a whole. I'm not doing this by myself. I got kids, right? I need to know that the black family is not lost. That makes me emotional. I would like to know that the black family is not lost. I think that society has, for a long time, shown us that the black family is just extinct. There's not a lot of it going around. There's a lot of single moms. Hey, I'm a single mom, right? But I don't believe that's my end goal. Because I do want family. I do want structure. I do want a disciplined place where if I'm with someone, we have an understanding of each other. And it may not always be in the most traditional sense, but it feeds us. We know what we need and what we want to build and grow. That with kids, that's a family, right? How do you want the kids to be educated? How do you want this structure in this household to look? How do you want what does community look like for you? What does community look like for us, and how can we make this community beautiful for us? Because we are a family. We are building. We're conglomerate. We're growing. We're prospering. We're beautifully budding bouquet of flowers that have been treated and nurtured properly because we want that for ourselves, right? That's my friend. It's what builds strong black communities and togetherness. It's about unity and togetherness. We can't even do it in relationships nowadays, let alone in communities. It starts really with us, right? That self-love piece is important. We have to start with us. But just because we're broken don't mean we can't start it with somebody who understands that. And that's really where I'm going with it. I don't, in the next 5 years, want to be a single mom, a single black mom out here with no positive male role model in my son's life. I do not want that for me. A part of me, and it might not happen. I mean, shit, it might. I want a daughter at 45. I do. I mean, or again, someone who has one, who's single, and even if there's a mother involved, we tough, we good. This ain't no jealousy, combat this hatred and who Johnson bigger, who Kitty Cat better. Like and I used to have them, now you got them, you have my left them. No, we at an age now where that's a possibility, right? I'm 45, it's a possibility. How do we structure and build instead of always trying to tear down every foundation we have? How do we grow? So I look at that in tradition, how it looks for us nowadays. And this society also shows us that money is power, and men without it ain't shit. And they supposed to give us everything. I don't necessarily believe that either. I do believe that if it is a possibility and someone wants to do it, then do it. But as a woman, I don't feel like that should be an expectation. That a man gotta treat me and buy me and do me. You know what I'm saying? I think the connection that you have with a significant other or male should be how do we grow so we can build it together. Right? But it loves me. How do we grow things together so that we're not doing this to one person versus another? How do we grow together? Yes, you can build business, community, all those things, and wholeheartedly you can create something very beautiful in that. I don't. And again, like that if there is a man, like I said, who gives you that soft life, and soft life is different for all of us, right? Who gives you that soft life where you don't have to lift a finger, he gives you an allowance, he takes care of you, you do that, whoop, baby, congratulations. But your mindset should be, this is something that is given to me and I appreciate it, but not I'm some little greedy chick and you supposed to get it to me because I look a certain way and I wear my cat a certain way and I do all these things, and because I do it, you supposed to get it to me. That mentality is what kills it, right? Instead of I'm appreciative and I'm gonna give it to you and I'm gonna love you and I'm gonna bring something else to the table, right? And it could be financial too, it could be money, it could be a lot of things. Maybe the man who don't need your money but needs your time and your respect and your honor, your peace. There's so many different ways to look at that. But to be a unhealed brat who sits around and says you're supposed to give it to me because I look a certain way, y'all make it look bad for the good ones, bro. Y'all do. Yeah, because there are people who genuinely appreciate that and will honor that and take it for what it is. But then there's the ones who do that and then they cuss them back. So it's a combination of things that goes on in this modern dating society. And to the men who feel like your money is who you are, I wholeheartedly hate that for y'all. And I'm sorry that y'all feel that way, because a good woman is not going to look at you like that. Okay? Yes, you're an asset. We're going to be an asset too. In some way, shape, or form, we will be. And together, we are way stronger than we are apart. So I pray that the definition of Black unity and family and prospering and building foundations comes back and never dies. Because that, my love, is what power to me represents. And who doesn't want that in a 5-year plan, right? Who don't really want that in a 5-year plan? Unless you're a thought pocket out here, you just want money, get a drink, be on your timeline, have dress because it's liberation, but really you're just out here trying to be thirsty and desperate. Like, yeah, do that. If that's you, I'm not knocking you. Do you, boo? Like, no one is telling anyone how to live their life. But I'm a classic woman. I mean, good goddamn, if that's gonna be me. Now, I might wear a little mini skirt. Look, it might look cute, but it's tastefully done. And I'm definitely not out here thought pocket out here trying to get numbers and and stuff like that. So, what are you looking for out here in these streets? What does cohesiveness look like? What does a relationship look like for y'all? What does this situationship society make you feel? What are the things that you're feeling right now as women and men out here in this world? Because there's a part of me that be wanting to be single, but I know that the universe and the world is so much better when we're together. With that being said, I have rambled for 21 minutes. And don't feel bad about it. I'm gonna drink my matcha for these antioxidants to keep me looking not 45. I'm gonna eat my fresh fruits. And I'm gonna pray for my manifestations and be grateful for the things that God has presented to me thus far. I think a lot of times we don't thank God for the things we already have. So how can we thank God for the things that we don't have yet? Or how do we ask God for the things that we don't have yet if we're not at least appreciative of the things that we already have, right? God, I thank you, you know? Yeah, stay in your peace. Continue to thrive, you guys. And if being single is your answer, cool. I just don't see that for myself. I just don't. I don't see that for myself. So go for what you know, and keep your foot on their neck.